Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Najwa Husseini with Azadi News. Over 700 houses burned in renewed Arakan fighting. A truck hits and kills another Rohingya refugee in Bangladesh. Sheikh Thani Bin Abdullah makes the largest individual contribution ever in support of UNHCR. Over 700 houses were burned down in fighting between the Burmese military and Arakan Army AA in Choctaw Township in Arakan State on Sunday, legislators and civic groups said. U Tin Wee, Lower House MP for Choctaw, said, "We heard that about 700 houses in Timaji village caught fire," he said. "There are only about 100 houses in Timeti village. The villagers fled to Choctaw and no one is in the village." Brigadier General Zaman II, spokesperson of the Burmese military, accused the AA of firing artillery at the two villages. Kaituka, a spokesman of the AA, said the fires were started by an air attack by the Burmese military. As of March 16, 17 civilians had been killed, 66 injured, and over 10,000 people have fled their homes during clashes between the Burmese military and AA this year, U Tin Wee said. Over 1,000 houses have been lost to fires in Choctaw. The fighting erupted in Arakan in November 2018 and has since spread to Palewa Township in Chin State. Another Rohingya in his 30s met by a truck accident and got killed at a refugee camp on 22nd March. The heartbreaking incident took place at around 7:03 p.m. where a Rohingya refugee was killed by a truck driven by a Bangladeshi driver. The victim was known to be sheltering at Block H40 of Camp 10 in Balukhali refugee camp and is named to be Robiz Ahmed, son of Abdul Jalil, 30. Robiz died immediately in the scene where his body was abandoned in a very inhumane condition. Another similar incident took place on 17th March in which a 4-year-old minor was intentionally hit and killed by a local goon in the area. An aftermath of the brutal incident, Bangladeshi goons gathered locals and announced that Rohingya refugees will not be allowed to drive any local vehicle. Such horrific situations have further threatened the Rohingya sheltering in Bangladesh, and they fear more such incidents will take place in the future, and alike now they can't even expect justice. UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, and the Thani bin Abdullah bin Thani Al Thani Humanitarian Fund announced today in Doha Sheikh Thani's largest contribution so far to UNHCR. More than US $43 million, channeled through 4 separate agreements, will fund UNHCR's work in support of refugees and displaced people in Yemen, Lebanon, Rohingya, and Chad. For the second year in a row, the contribution of a leading Qatari philanthropist will be aiding millions through support for UNHCR's efforts to protect and shelter those forced to flee their homes. This year's donation is the largest ever individual contribution to UNHCR. This generous donation by Sheikh Thani Bin Abdullah is timely and substantial. It will help UNHCR respond to the dire needs of those forced to flee their homes and those hosting them in 4 of our major operations. Sheikh Thani's exemplary giving is a true testament to the strong tradition of philanthropy in the Islamic world and will be used to alleviate the plight of refugees in Asia, Middle East, and Africa, said Filippo Grandi, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Today, more than ever before, the need to come together to end the suffering of millions around the world has never been greater. I believe the time has come for the world to use its immense resources and capabilities to respond to humanitarian crises worldwide, and for the Muslim world to exercise zakat as a powerful tool to do so, added Sheikh Thani bin Abdullah. The third part of the donation will be implemented in Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar refugee settlements. The aim is to help create sustainable and dignified living conditions for some 84,000 Rohingya refugees and members of the host communities. This is today's news. To get more updates about Rohingya, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Visit our website azadinews.org and follow our social media accounts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.